Big Three, we don't just bring you the headlines, we go beyond them. Every weekday, Monday to Thursday, join us as we critically review the three biggest stories driving conversations across Nigeria. From politics to policy, economy to everyday life. If Nigeria is talking about it, you'll find it on the Big Three. The Big Three, more than the headlines. It's where the conversation lives. Only on Nigeria Info 95.1 FM. The Big Three.
This is Hard Fact.
Oh, yes, it is Hard Fact. And we start off the show every weekday, Monday to Thursday, with the Big Three. We'll look at three of the big stories of the day, stories driving conversation, and we'll bring it here to get your perspective. And half the time we get an analyst in the studio to do that with us also. So we'll keep with the tradition today. 13 minutes after 3, Abuja. Good afternoon and welcome to Hard Facts. My name is Kimberly Wachku. Call me Kim, the Oracle, the Digital Oracle, OTF, the Fellow, Ochanyawan, Madam Speaker, Okurorawan. That would definitely join the list. And I'll say yes to them all. Thank you very much for staying with this frequency. And I sure hope you've been having a great, informative, educative, and, entertaining time. Isn't that what radio really is about? And I will do my best, Girls Guide Honor, to ensure that you get even better time from now to 7-ish. So welcome on board. We'll start off with the big stories, and also we would be joining the third place debate, which at this point I am not 100 because we're getting feelers. The one of the debater is struggling with health today. So I would know in a few minutes if we're going to go ahead with it at the 4 o'clock hour or it'll be rescheduled to tomorrow. But don't forget, the grand finale is happening tomorrow, 4 p.m. We're meant to have the third place starting 4 p.m. If for some reason it doesn't hold, just understand the reason why, because of the health and the need to attend to one of the debate. No, it's not Majesty. Majesty is debating today. If it doesn't happen, we'll do it tomorrow. But I'll keep you guys posted as we always do on Nigeria Info FM. And at the 5 o'clock hour, if the debate is done by then, we have the schedule to look, take a proper cursory look at the curriculum that has been put out by the government, looking at the junior secondary and senior secondary school curriculum. And a lot of people are excited. We're like, we're looking at all kinds of tech-related subjects. We're looking at trade being introduced and all of that. And some people are like, yeah, about time. And others, still pointing out a few areas where they feel we could introduce some. But we're going to go through it together and get your perspective on this story. So if you're ready, I am ready. And it feels like President Buhari... Where did that name come from? God rest his soul. It feels like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, renewed hope president, is already thinking in the line of a state police. It's possible, it's been thinking about it before, better saying it just might be one way to addressing this. And he said the creation of a decentralized police force has become inevitable, meaning this is the moment we need to get serious with our security. And a decentralized one, in simple Nigerian English, that a lot of people have been calling for and we've debated for years, is we just might allow it decentralized for states to have their own, structure created to deal with the peculiarity of the different states and the different regions. Where did he say this? He said this yesterday when he received a delegation of prominent citizens from Katsina, led by Diku Rada, the state governor, at the presidential villa in Abuja. The president also directed security agencies to review their operations in Katsina following a surge in banditry in the state. He said the federal government would deploy advanced military hardware and surveillance gadgets in the state. And the president said the federal government is considering the upgrade of forest guard recently deployed in Katsina state. Now, we might call it state police, he'll call it decentralizing it, but you're going to look at things that are tailored to each state and each region, depends on the security threat that you're grappling with. If it's more of banditry and kidnapping, you design things that can work within the state structure there. I'm not going to try to explain too much because it's a bit vague, but he did hint at it, that it's inevitable that we'll continue in this trajectory. So it means that we need to decentralize, and it's left for us to interpret it in so many ways until a former academic and operational definition of what it is the president wants is put out for more conversation. Now, the president declared that the security challenges confronting the country are not insurmountable. The security challenges that we're facing are surmountable. Yes, we have porous borders. Yes, we inherited weaknesses that could have been addressed earlier. It's a challenge that we must fix, and we're facing it. I've today directed all the security agencies to energize further and look at strategies. We've approached the additional acquisition of drones. The president also asked for daily feedback on security operations in the state. And that's talking about the state of Katsina, I beg your pardon, where the governor visited, that we would defeat insecurity. We must protect our children, our people, our livelihood, our places of worship, and our recreational spaces. They can't intimidate us. Well, don't forget that on the 15th of February 2024, the federal government set up a committee, we don't talk about it enough, to explore, the idea around creation of state police. Mohammed Idris, Minister of Information, has said the president and governors had agreed on modalities for the concept. The minister went on to say that series of meetings would take place to determine the workability of a decentralized police force. This is not recent. This is something he said in February when this committee was put together to just, come up and brainstorm on how we can make it work, the idea of a decentralized policing force in the country. Now, in March 2024, thanks to the cable helping us to just list out, the timeline of how this conversation has built when this committee was set up, Vice President Kashim Shettima said 20 states are yet to send in report on state police creation, adding that all states expressed their support for the concept. So the state have bought into it, they like it. As at then, last year, states were yet to send in their report. And I'm sure if we do a thorough follow-up, some might not have sent, but a few others would have turned in the report on how they want it to look like. Tinubu assured the delegation that the legacy of former President Muhammadu Buhari would be preserved and that they will do everything they can to ensure that security is prioritized in the country. So there was so much that was said, as to even how he went all out for the former president, but it's not the crux of our conversation. It's looking at a critical element that we've talked about for years. We have debated. We have literally verbally quarreled over it, where some people will say, no, we're not ready for a state police. The emperors were exploited. Very legitimate, very solid argument, because we've seen behaviors from states, even local levels, where it shows that the propensity for abuse is there. But we're not bereft of idea to a point where we say, okay, we cannot come up with measures, if indeed we go ahead with this, to see how we can contain the excesses of, these executives. It's possible, it's doable, it's functional in a lot of countries. As much as we think we're very disorderly and abuse power and privileges and all whatnot, but I still believe we can have an effective working system in the country. So, yeah, this is what the president said, that is inevitable. So now that he's also thinking in that direction, perhaps it's time for us to take the conversation a notch further and get updates from the committee as to where they are at the moment. I know it was the Minister of Information that said the federal government may adopt state police to check rising insecurity. He said it last year, and then a committee was set up. I remember the governor of Plateau State, they addressed the press on the working modality for the concept, because they were all a part of it, and said that a series of meetings would take place to determine the functionality and the workability of it. So it's a raging debate. It will continue to be there as long as lives are being threatened, property are being threatened, and the entire security of the nation is being threatened. And we're seeing that it's diverse, the security threat we're dealing with in the country, from the northeast to the northwest to north central to the southeastern part of the country, the southwest, and all of that. It's very diverse. It's not kind of like a monotonous kind of threat that you say, okay, it's Boko Haram, and, that we're dealing with all over. You're dealing with this group with the different motive and agenda from a different group and all of that. So, yeah, we need to get creative. And I think we've sat on this for too long. So, Nigerians, you have your say over this. Are we ready? Should we nudge the president on in this direction? Because, I mean, the people buying is also something that we need to look at. If the majority of the people saying that it's a democracy, and majority at the end of the day takes the chunk of it, the chunk of it. If the majority of the people say, okay, this is the way for us to go, then perhaps the next line of conversation should go beyond would it work, would it not work, to how do we make it work? What measures should we employ? What policies should we come up with to ensure, or legislation to ensure, that our worst fear does not materialize in the near future? I think Nigeria, we should get to the next phase of this debate at this point in time, because personally, I think it's time. Nigeria is ripe for it, in spite of the fears that we have. But I will get your thought on this in a bit after we go on a very quick break. So if this story interests you, feel free to call me up. Tope, I see you. And all right, I will find out what that voice... Now, if you're sending a voice message, I advise you, make sure it's not longer than 60 seconds. The most you can go is 1 minute 30 seconds. Anything longer than that is just too long, all right? So keep it short and straight to the point. All right, we'll get to the next story in a bit.
Destruction of her soul is vanity.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Hello, my name is Kimberly. I'm the host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the biggest stories driving conversation every weekday here on 95.1 Nigeria Info Hard Fact Show. I love to get your opinion and conjectures, but the facts you cannot dispute here on Hard Facts. Join me and let's talk.
Country. They're working towards their national convention, and they've mentioned that it's going to happen in November, bearing any last-minute change or disagreement or internal wrangling within the party. They've stated that November is going to be time for their national convention, and they're insisting that they will go according to their calendar, their schedule, in spite of the conditions that have been outlined by, a section within the party. The Governors Forum have reaffirmed its support for the November National Convention, insisting it will go as scheduled. The governors were reacting to the demand reeled out by eminent leaders and concerned stakeholders, a group in the PDP that is led by, who, the FCT Minister, Yusuf Wike, and the group had outlined a number of conditions for supporting the planned convention, including the conduct of fresh congresses in Ebonyi State and Anambra State. The group also asked the PDP to recognize South-South Congress held in Calabar, Cross River State. And speaking on behalf of his colleague at the inauguration of the National Convention Planning Committee yesterday in Abuja, Bala Mohammed, the governor of Bauchi and chairman of the forum, said that they are not cowards. They were not afraid of anyone. We're capable of navigating this party beyond the shenanigans, the arrogance and impunity of others, he said. We cannot continue to take part and allow people to take us to the slaughterhouse. That's our job. And our job is to make sure we don't go to the slaughterhouse. And we're working as governors and working with the committee to ensure that key word is discipline. Would no longer allow or tolerate anyone taking us for granted. It has to stop. Enough is enough. Not my words. And we're going to play back his words in a bit. That we're no longer tolerating it any longer. Mohammed assured Umar Damagu, the PDP national chairman, of his support in leading the party until the end of his tenure in November. and a lot of other stronger words were said. But if you're looking at the conditions that were spelled out by eminent leaders and concerned stakeholders, they're a group in the PDP led by Yusuf Wike, and he asked the party to restrict the contest for the national chairmanship position to the North Central. If the presidency is zoned to the South, the chairmanship should go to the North Central is the logic of his argument. Last month, the National Executive Committee of PDP said the existing zoning arrangement for National Working Committee, the position implemented in 2021, would remain in place for the National Convention in November. The PDP had zoned the chairmanship to the North in 2021, with the slot further narrowed to the North Central. Subsequently, Yachu from Benue State, North Central, was elected as chairman, but his tenure was cut short after, you understand, the court upheld his suspension. He made way for Umar Damagun, who was the deputy national chairman from the North, at that time, to step in as acting chair. And then in July, the PDP NEC approved Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State, as a venue for the national convention, which is scheduled for 15th and 16th of November. On the 25th of August, the PDP NEC confirmed Damago, who is from Yobe in the Northeast, as their substantive chairman of the party. Now, Wike had denied being invited to the NEC meeting, where the members approved the venue and date for the convention. However, a letter was shown that he was invited. So, in a communique issued after its meeting on Monday, the group outlined conditions for supporting the planned national convention. That PDP should conduct fresh congresses in Ebonyi, Anambra State, in Ebonyi and Anambra State, to recognize the South-South Congress that held in Cross River State. He also demanded that Ekiti State local government, the congresses, be conducted immediately in compliance with subsisting judicial order and all of that. So just some of the conditions that were put out there. And, you just feel like, all right, this is it. For us to support it, we're just listing out and trying to articulate where we stand on this, or else, if it doesn't happen, it means that it perhaps might not support the convention. And the last thing a PDP wants is a convention where you have people staging a walkout, not in attendance, or acting in variance with whatever the purpose of the convention is at the end of the day. So it feels like things are still shaky within the PDP, and some people are saying things fall apart. The center can no longer hold within the PDP, and others are saying don't give up on the party just yet. It definitely has gone through the ringer before, and it is capable of resolving some of these internal issues. But where do you stand on this? Feel free to call me up. I've looked at two stories. Dr. Majid is not here. He's prepping for the debate, and I think he should even be on his way to Lagos if he's not in Lagos already, because he's meant to be there for the grand finale of the debate. So no, he will not be here today. If he was, you would have heard him. And yeah. So feel free to call me up on 0700 951 0000, or you can call 0809 5974 869, or WhatsApp 0809 993 0137. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja on Facebook, and YouTube is at Nigeria Info Abuja. Our X handle is at Nigeria Info ABJ. At Nigeria Info ABJ. If you want to send a tweet, we'll be glad to read them, as many of them as possible. If you're having any challenge whatsoever with the phone lines, just send a voice message. Hello? Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, sir, you're welcome.
Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dr. Kim.
If you insist. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. I on PDP convention. I can. My name is Alex. By the way, I'm calling from Wuye.
Go ahead.
I want to advise PDP that there is nothing they will do to please Wike, even if they fry ice block and give to him. He has already made up his mind that PDP will not stand. So I borrow the word of Dino Melaya. He said, "If you say the truth, you die. If you lie, you die. I better say the truth and die." So it's better PDP go ahead with that convention, and if any person that wants to walk out, let them walk and expel Wike. If expelling Wike that PDP will be no more, let it be. It's like a pastor that was employed by a Jew in a church. Because you are too powerful in praying and also trying to convince people. And a lot of people are trooping inside your church. You now claim that church is your own. PDP has been in existence for a very long time. Only for Wike to now come to relevance in around 2014 or thereabouts. He now sees himself as the alpha and omega of PDP. Let PDP expel Wike and let heaven fall. So
all right.
PDP cannot never please him. He has already told them his mind. So all these things walk back and forth doesn't mean anything. Let them expel him. Let heaven fall. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. But can they? Do they have it within them to expel Wike? He's led them before, but they did absolutely nothing about it. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, your radio is interfering. Can you please turn it off?
Sorry. Hello, Kim.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Alaba is my name.
Alaba, talk to us.
Yes, I'm speaking from Gariki. The last time I checked, former Governor Wike still say that he's part and parcel of PDP. But it's right in a state. PDP lost 20 states, giving it to APC. Right in its presence, I can't get it. If you want to be part of PDP, be part of PDP. If you want to be part of APC, be part of APC. This one that you are doing something and you are doing what is contrary to the purpose for which that party is meant. I don't know the kind of abracadabra he's using on PDP. If not, he's supposed to have been expelled from that party. If you are not with us, you are against us. That is just the meaning. Nothing that PDP will do that to satisfy that man. So I think the necessary should be done. It's right. Heaven will not fall according to the way we used to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, you guys know the mind of the man already, that there's nothing PDP would do to just appease the FCT minister. There's always going to be fault finding. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, King.
Good afternoon. You're welcome.
Thank you. This is Godwin O. Abo, Ogoja man in Abuja.
Ogoja man, welcome, sir.
Thank you. In fact, let me also throw the line of the first two callers. Wike should not be allowed to disorganize PDP, as already done before. This man alone cannot be all-rounder. He alone is a co-president, de facto governor. He is the FCT minister. At the same time, the party chairman working for APC. Why? He is hired to work for APC. He should first working for them only and not to disorganize PDP. He should allow PDP convention that is about to be scheduled in November to hold, and he should stop making himself relevant or irrelevant by creating unnecessary hulaban here and there. The party should send him off. They should read him off from their party. He should no longer be there to begin to cause mayhem. Mm-hmm. He himself doesn't want to tell us where he belongs. Does he belong to APC? Is he PDP? Or he's just on the fence trying to cause this organization in this party? And in fact, PDP should stand a firm ground to removing him any moment. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello? Your radio is on. I can hear sound coming.
Hello, Kim.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Tony Warimpa.
Welcome, Tony.
Thank you. We are aware that nobody is above the law anywhere. The law is not respected of anybody. But in Nigeria, the law is respected of certain individuals. A lot of people are above the law in Nigeria. That's the only reason why Nigeria is not working. Things are not working. For our good, Nigeria that has everything, the best weather, brilliant minds all over across the globe. Name them. Rich in, with abundant human and natural resources. And me, from childhood, I've hearing party is supreme. Party is it that one man cannot be disciplined? Why can't they? Don't they have rules? The society without a laws, it's a jungle. And the laws are there to put all of us online. Somebody is there wrecking his party, destroying his party, and they cannot have the guts to discipline him. It's like having a stubborn child, and the parent cannot deal with that child. Then the child is now messing up the parents. Why in Nigeria like that? Such a thing can happen. Let the law take its course. They have the guts. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello.
Good afternoon, Trey.
Hey, good afternoon.
I'm so happy to get you this afternoon. I'm calling you.
So happy to hear your voice. Ah, good.
Yes.
You're welcome.
That's where I am. So I honestly, this topic, I said, let me be able to get Kim. Kim, you know where I stand. First of all, I know that James Halliday said that you are dead without money. If you don't have money, you are a dead man. If you have money, the sky is the limit. Honestly, Kim, who can ever do what Wike is doing in this country? Talk the way Wike talks in this country, and we get away with it. I know it's not. Do you know that what he does, even the great Tinubu himself, and it's done with what I said before, that he will. Tinubu cannot even say anything to Wike. If he does, he will disgrace him.
Wait, guys. No. I just want to interject. I will allow you arrive, but we're talking about the president of the country. You guys make.
Are you not saying the president is the president of this country? Too.
Yeah, but
does he even know that
but then
the way he talks. The way he talks, Kim,
but
be honest.
He has not been condescending towards the president, not ever, not at any point in time.
Didn't you listen to him once when he was in a media chat that someone told him, well, how would you do the president? He said that she doesn't even used to listen. He is where I come from. It's not today. Kim is not today. The problem that we have right now, I'm telling you honestly, if Tinubu lives in 2027, we will run out of this country like Reno Mokri. Nobody will see his back.
All right, Tyra. All right, Tyra.
Because of Tinubu. It's true.
All right, Tyra.
Kim, you want me to tell you why?
No, don't tell me why.
Oh, so now just let it be like that. For the PDP, honestly, the one good thing that Tambua did is not allow this man to come out to the primaries as a presidential candidate. Another good thing that the Atiku did was not to allow this man to be a vice president to him. No man puts a scorpion in his pocket and think that he will not dance naked in the public, or else the scorpion will kill him.
All right.
So it's a good thing that they did it. Wike is dangerous.
All right, Tyra, thank you. Thank you very much. Your opinion there very strong about the FCT minister and the power that he wields. But to say that, given the impression that he feels a bit more powerful than the president, it's totally incorrect. Sometimes we underestimate how powerful the office of the president is in the country. I mean, someone got in as an executive governor of a state, someone that a lot of people would say he literally handpicked and put in that position, because during their campaigns, we saw more of Wike than we saw of Fubara. And then the person still came in there and understood the enormity of the power he has as executive governor. I wanted to try the FCT minister out. Well, his political muscle apparently has been stretched. But, I mean, with the whole state of emergency and all of that, which will be over pretty soon, sometime this month, and we'll see how normalcy, if it can, return to that state. Hopefully it does for the people and the growth of the state. But not around the president, though. But I appreciate your perspective, Tyra. Let's look at the comments we have on social media. Lota Anekwe. Hi, Lota. Good to see you. I'm glad that you are watching. And on Facebook, we've got quite a number of them. Freshest Prince sent a comment in. Is it from today? I pretty much doubt that. All right, refreshed. And yes, correct. It's not from today. So Emmanuel Ozemina. Hi, good afternoon, sir. He shared a comment, says the PDP should not be cowards, as they said, by expelling Wike. from that party, please, so we can hear what and the rest. Thank you, Zarina from Katampi Extension. Everybody needs to rest. And also Francis Namani says, as long as our electoral process is not outrightly rigged, don't expect anything better. So many Nigerians have lost confidence in INEC. Dr. Henry Winonu says there has to be a way to clone another Dr. Majid. He has made everyone look forward to Wednesday on Nigeria. In fact, wish him well wherever he is, indeed. I agree with you. Also, Francis Namani, live from Amagunze in Enugu State. I see you. Thank you very much. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, you're welcome.
My name is Adola Victor from Bisalaji.
Go ahead, sir.
On this state police, well, I think we need state police, yes. It's not overdue, but my fear and the fear of many Nigerians is these governors who have become emperors now to spend. These governors have already attacked their state assembly, attacked their local government, and they are what we call it, their political structure. So if you now allow them to control state police, my side is that they will definitely use this state police during the election to victimize and oppress opposition. That's matter. Then two,
But sir, have you thought of something to address the fear that you have? Beyond the fear, to saying, so how then do we go one step ahead to ensure that that fear does not manifest?
Well, we don't know the functionality and the workability that the federal government is put in place to allow this fear, because that one is very, very, very important. Then, two, we may fund the state police. We then really give them the equipment to tackle the terrorism in this country and these bandits who are waging war against our Nigerian military. Cannot face these people who are suffocating with us. Will the state police be able to suppress these people who are suffocating with us? So these are the two things that we must address. Because putting in place a state police without weaponry, without the defense, these people, these bandits, these terrorists,
all right,
who are suffocating, we deal with them. In fact, bigly. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Dan P, I see your comment on Facebook. Sounds a bit personal with the FCT minister. I'll leave it at that. Ina Prince Amole and Emmanuel Kasipo, I see you guys. Thank you very much. Let's look at the comments and voice messages we have from here. Let's see. This one is a minute, 10 seconds.
Good afternoon, Kim. My name is Joe from Maraba. If PDP as a party, they accept that illegal and flawed convention in Calabar that was conducted, it was not even conducted, it was just handpicked. Wike went there, just elected his boys, and came back that they have done the convention. Took that Nobie, that's a man who fought against PDP, who jumped to APC in Edo State and fought against PDP to make sure that the PDP lose, to be the chairman of the South. What kind of PDP? If PDP accept that, then that party is not a party to be for others to join at all. So they shouldn't just yield to Wike. That's part. I mean, that convention in Calabar wasn't a convention, and it cannot be recognized. Simple. So let Wike do his worst, because I know that his plan is just to destabilize PDP so that Tinubu will find it very easy to be elected in 2027. Thank you.
Ken, good afternoon. Nice work today. This is Sam calling you from Life Camp this afternoon. In issue of Wike, it is God that will deliver us from the hand of all these our politicians. Somebody that have not even get power. The power he has now just a minister. But to look at the way he's handling Nigeria, like
I don't understand why you say just a minister. A minister is a big deal. Don't forget, there's been two-time minister, minister of state. There's been also two-time executive governor of a state, local government chairman. It's quite a powerful man. Don't underestimate
his own private organization. If this such man have given opportunity to be a president of Nigeria, who can talk to him? Who can talk to him? With this level of wiki, and everybody is afraid of him. Even the sitting president is afraid of him because he can't talk to him. Now, tomorrow, if this such man have been given opportunity to rule this country, who is there to challenge his authority? Who? And there's somebody that is looking for a way to become number one of this country. How possible? No, now.
Some Nigerians already held this notion or hold the notion that the president can't put the FCT minister in place. He put him in this position. You think he can call him out if he wants to? Or perhaps they have aligned vision at the end of the day. And that's why he feels like, all right, he's having his way. His way agrees with the president's way. Wike is an opposition inside an opposition party. So funny. His kind of disruptive politics should be studied by political science students. It's a matter of time. The FCT minister will be expelled from the PDP. How can one man be fighting with everyone except the president? Shun Adiagbo from Gwarimpa. We have to be sincere with ourselves. Mr. Wike is never the problem of the PDP, but those who would jump out and still jump in. In Nigeria, once someone hates you, they call you all sorts of names, even the names you never answered. Atiku and some elements are the problem of the PDP. For those who are accused, where were they when Wike single-handedly put PDP on his shoulder? But now Wike is the problem. When we all know who worked so hard to put the party down, Oludade Abiodun. It sounds crazy and disheartening to hear that a single soul individual holds a full political party to ransom with anti-party conduct, and it seemed as if he's turned virtually all PDP chieftain to work with him. In this regard, let me reiterate, as long as Wike is in the political party, PDP 2027 election can never experience a light shower, not talk about coming close to winning the presidential election. Not until they take a bold step to expel Wike, the PD-APC chieftain. The party's ambition is in shambles. Tom from Gwarimpa. The FCT minister is the de facto president. Oh, okay, I'm not going to do that with you guys here. All right? Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kimberly.
You're welcome. Go ahead, sir.
All men in Nigeria are looking up to PDP stakeholders, those who matter in PDP, to take bold decisions to stop this impunity within PDP. So, by and large, we are waiting for Ibadan showdown. It's better the next PDP or more PDP. If they will eliminate it from the political literature of Nigeria, let it be happen. If it will become a vibrant opposition party, let it be. If somebody was claiming that he funded PDP during the crisis regime, what about the founding fathers? What about who made financial commitment? The current senator, Umuzo Kalu, at the foundation, the creation of the formative years of PDP, he donated, I think, 50 million. When 1 million was million, not today, when the Naira has no value. He don't brag about it. But what about the founding fathers who confronted the military machine then before 1999 and return us the democracy? So most of them never held political office for a reward. They did it for the well-being of their fatherland, for nation building. But one man will be bragging, taking the whole nation at ransom. It's uncalled for. It's never done anywhere. Where the men of power of yesteryears, where are they? Some are dead, some are living. So this impunity should stop. We will have become laughing stock among the community of nations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And just so you know, the Department of State Services, DSS, today arraigned 9 suspects at the Federal High Court in Abuja over their alleged involvement in recent killings in Benue and Plateau State. 2 of the suspects, Haruna Adamu and Mohammed Abdullahi from our local government area of Nasarawa State, that's how it's pronounced, yes, were charged with 4 counts for their alleged role in attack on Abinsi and Yelewata villages in Guma local government area of Benue State on the 13th of June 2025. Another set of defendants, taken the Ashwa and Amos Halide from Guma, face a 3-count charge for alleged reprisal attacks and destruction of property, including the killing of 12 cattle in Ukpam village. The DSS also charged 32-year-old Halima Haliru Umar from Faskari in Katsina State with 4 counts for allegedly withholding information about a suspected gun runner and kidnapper identified as Alhaji Sani. And in a separate case, Silas Idu Oloche of Agatu in Benue State was slammed with a 6-count charge for unlawful possession of 18 firearms, including grenades, in violation of the Firearm Act. The court also heard charges against 75-year-old Nambo Tali and Timnam Manjo from Plateau State, accusing them of selling 2 locally fabricated AK-47 rifles for 3 million naira. And 62-year-old Danjuma Antu of Jos North, Plateau State, was arraigned on 5-count charge for unlawful possession of 2 pistols and 9mm rounds. The DSS said the suspects were arrested in connection with deadly attacks in Benue and Plateau, as well as illegal arms dealing across the state. It's important for you to get this update to know what the Department of State Security is doing and the number of people who have been picked tied to some of these unrests and crises we're seeing in the state. Well, we're following to see the outcome if it holds anything serious at the end of the day. Hello? Yes, you are welcome. Oh dear. I would have to put you on hold. We need to go for commercial.
All right, okay, no one, I will.
It all comes down to this: the clash of brilliance, the roar of conviction, and the fire of words. This Thursday at 3 p.m, the battle for honor unfolds. Majesty Joseph Ojochegbe takes on Ifeoluwalaya in the 3rd place showdown on the timeless question, life has no meaning without religion. But the real storm breaks at 4 p.m. The grand finale, Ignite. Olajolo Akinloluwa faces God's Goodness Kokwete on the fiery topic, Nigeria's democracy has failed. And then at 5 p.m, their voices rise again, shaping history itself as they deliver their final blows on the immortal theme, legacy. This is not just a debate. This is the final of all finals. This is where champions are made and legends are crowned. Season 8 of I Beg to Differ Students Debate Tournament, the champion of champions will be revealed. I Beg